Hello, I'm presenting you with a viable solution to enslavement of the whole human race for all eternity, which is what we're up against right now. And I uploaded a video yesterday onto BitChute and the same one onto Brighteon, which are other video platforms. And I couldn't upload it to YouTube because it was too long. It has to be under 15 minutes. So I'm doing a much quicker one today. And it's the same as the one I uploaded yesterday. So if you've watched the one yesterday, you don't need to watch the one today. I've written it out already. The solution to nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors, as outlined on scientific patent number US6506148, is to wear orange-tinted eyeglasses at all times while using all digital media screens, which are also known as monitors. Digital media screens can and are being used to transmit signals through our eyes and into our brains in order to change our beliefs, emotions, feelings, and cognitive ability, as well as to force our muscles to move against our wills, and also to immobilize our muscles, among a vast number of other enslavement capabilities. The reason I know about this is because I'm a non-consensual victim of remote experimentation for more than 20 years. And I have researched it constantly during the 20 years, and I have made videos about it and posted online all my experiences. And I'll put a link to my more than 300 videos at the bottom of this video. Number one, please warn the public of the easy solution of wearing orange-tinted glasses whenever you use a digital media screen, such as a smartphone screen or a computer screen or a television screen or a cinema screen, in order to stop those digital enslavement signals going from your digital media screen through your eyes to your brain, where they can be used at a later date in order to physically, mentally, and emotionally enslave you. And there was a concert last week in Ireland called Electric Picnic. And there were huge screens everywhere around the Electric Picnic compound. And people should have been wearing orange-tinted glasses, because in order to successfully get the digital signals into your eyes, they need white light. And if you wear the orange-tinted glasses, they won't get the white light into your eyes, and they will be unsuccessful in their bid to mentally, emotionally, and physically enslave you. So always wear the orange tinted glasses. You can get them cheaply on Amazon, and you can even get reading glasses that are orange tinted. They're inexpensive. Number two, reject all future injections, because most of them contain nanotechnology, which is able to penetrate your blood-brain barrier and then become embedded throughout your brain for evil purposes. When the signals go from your screen through your eyes into your brain, they interact in some way with the nanotechnology that is embedded throughout your brain. If you ever received an injection throughout the course of your life, and I'm not just talking about what is known as the COVID-19 jab, I'm talking about some dental injections and childhood injections and all kinds of injections. Most of them contain nanotechnology, and it has been proven by a scientist called Ricardo Delgado from La Cuenca Columna in Spain, and he has videos where he tested lots of vials of injections that were brought into him by the public, and he tested them in front of a live audience of 400 people, and he put his either electron microscope or whatever he was using. He attached it onto a large screen the size of the wall, and he showed the contents of the vials that the public brought into him, and most of them contained nanotechnology that shouldn't have been in them. You'll find that at La Cuenca Columna. I think it's .net. Number 3, remove all wearable smart technology from your body, such as smartwatches and Fitbits, because the energy which they generate can be used to disempower you, and they can also be used to collect data from your body and brain. Number 4, digital signals being transmitted into our brains from monitors are being used to make us compliant and trusting when we ought to be more questioning and non-compliant. Because the police, the military, the judiciary, medical professionals, media editors, and politicians have not been wearing orange-tinted glasses while using smart screens up until now, they have been heavily programmed through information coming through their smart screens and even through their eyes to their brains to believe what is not true and to disbelieve what is true. So no longer look for advice or help from such professionals. And furthermore, we ought to refuse to take advice or orders from such professionals, especially psychiatrists, because they have been providing a cover story for invisible energy being used to torture people for decades. And they've let us all down. They are no longer fit to practice their profession because their brains have been interfered with by means of digital signals going into their brains through their eyes from their digital media screens by means of the technological capability described in scientific patent number US6506148. The general public are now being treated unfairly by government staff because government staff have been programmed to treat us unfairly. What will we do about that? What will we do about that? Well, one thing we ought to do is refuse to recognise any laws that they enacted for the past 30 or 40 years, because for the past at least 30 years, they have been under, their brains have been interfered with and they've been under programming. They've been under electronic programming, which means all of them laws that they enacted and signed into the law, maritime admiralty law in the past at least 30 years are invalid because they weren't able to think clearly when they created those laws and enacted those laws. So we reject those laws. Okay. And also be very careful when you go to hospital because lots of the doctors are doing more harm than good. They've been heavily programmed to do more harm than good, especially if you think you have COVID symptoms, which you haven't, because there's no such thing as COVID. It's just a reaction to the contents of the jab you got. And it's also a reaction to flu, so-called flu vaccines. Okay. If you are being biorobotized by means of digital signals being transmitted through your computer screen and from there through your eyes and into your brain for later use, then you may be able to protect yourself by wearing orange-tinted glasses while using your computer. Also keep the lighting low on your computer screen. I had to turn it up while I was making this video, but you have to keep it low at all times. You adjust the lighting by going to settings, then system, then display, and then you lower the brightness and color slider down to about 20%. The most important thing is to always wear orange tinted eyeglasses while using a screen at all times. You might think that you have blue light glasses and you've bought them already. But if they're not orange tinted, they're no good to you. So throw them aside and buy orange tinted ones. And I heard that from Professor Bart Kay online. He's a carnivore doctor. He's a carnivore professor. He advises on carnivore diets, but he just happened to advise on orange tinted glasses one day recently. So I got that information from him. I don't have the link to that video because I didn't keep it. Okay. Those who transmit digital signals through our eyes and into our brains from our digital media screens need white light to successfully do so. They cannot do so successfully by means of orange light. And then research that scientific patent number US6506148 for yourself. You find lots of information about it. I'll just read it quickly because I'm trying to keep this video under 15 minutes. This is a quote from a link, an online link about that US patent number 6506148. The manipulation of the human nervous system through the use of television and computer monitors is a reality in the modern world. According to a number of registered patents, techniques studied in the 1970s revealed the ability to influence the physical and psychological aspects of the brain's sensors via electromagnetic fields transmitted from screens. The biological information highway that is responsible for controlling all processes and movements in the body is being manipulated on a daily basis. Means in which we receive information and interpret it via electrical signals controls everything from breathing and producing digestive enzymes to memory and intelligence. As understanding of the human nervous system developed across the last century, so did the desire to control and manipulate it, according to a number of registered US patents discovered. Among millions of registered patents, apparatuses that deal with the manipulation of the human nervous system via a computer screen or a television monitor have subsequently been discovered. According to US patent US6506148, methods have already been established to observe the physical and psychological effects of screen devices on human populace. I have really suffered over the past 20 years because I've been experimented on by signals being transmitted into my brain, and I did not know how to block it. I was using a computer for the past 20 years or more, and digital signals were being transmitted into my brain through my eyes from the computer screen, and combined with that, I had nanotechnology embedded in my brain from various injections I got in the past. And someone else could control my muscles, and they still can. They can still control my muscles, and it's not when you're in front of the computer screen they can control your muscles. They can do it then too, but they can control it when you're miles away, cycling your bicycle out in wild nature. They can control your muscles then, and they can transmit data into your brain in the form of audible messages, sounds, images, forced muscle movement, extreme heat, extreme cold, and feelings on the surface of your skin anywhere throughout your body, because you have nanotechnology embedded all over your body. If you got any vaccines, you've nanotechnology embedded all over your body, and that nanotechnology can be stimulated by means of transmissions from satellites, even if you're out in wild nature, miles from any computer and miles from any town or any electricity wires or anything. You can still have your body parts stimulated. You can have messages sent to you. You can have images sent to you. And this happens to me, and I have lots of Facebook friends and others who claim they were forced to walk against their wills. And I believe them because my facial muscles can be moved against my will anytime I like. The 15 minutes is nearly up, so I'm closing down now. My name is Greta Fahey from west of the town of Claremorris in County Mayo in the west of Ireland. Thank you for listening to me. And I will put the link to my more than 300 videos on BitChute under this video. Thank you.